Hello again, I'm Gil Cloud, Executive Director of Athletics for Tulsa Public Schools. Welcome to Inside Tulsa Athletics. We're going to talk about basketball and football and the BOK Center and the Tournament of Champions. We'll be right back after this opening. Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Jonathan Brown, the head football coach at Booker T. You got to be a regular now, Coach.
Yes, sir. I'm happy.
Just keep winning.
Yeah, that's all it is. Just got to keep doing that.
Well, you had a big win this past weekend. Tell us about that.
Lawton, we played them numerous amounts of times in the past. They usually always have a really good football team, and they did have one this past week. But the Hornets played well. It was one of our better games totally as far as offense, defense, and special teams we had this year, and it kind of showed with the score. And so just getting ready for Midwest City this week now. But it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game, and good to win and get that first round of playoffs out of the way. And now you're going to Midwest City, a team we played a lot in the past. What do you think about Midwest City? What do they have?
Big, fast, and explosive. Midwest City is known to have athletes. Coach Hall has done a heck of a job of corralling those guys and making them play very, very hard. And they're big, they're fast, and they're explosive. And we just got to try to stay in front of them and try to, obviously it's going to be down there in Midwest City. So we got to make sure we handle the road trip. And like I tell the kids all the time, it's a business trip. It's not a road trip. This is a business trip. And handle it like that accordingly. And if we do that, hopefully we'll be okay.
Well, I know looking in the past 5 weeks, it appears the defense has come to the front a little bit.
Yeah, defense has been playing very well. We made a few changes. We put Demetrius Prudhomme in, and I think we became more athletic. And that's the one thing that I know it's kind of hard to say, Booker T being more athletic, but we did get more athletic with him in there. And then we got a couple of different kind of wrinkles that we can throw on that to put some faster guys on the field. But the guys have definitely been playing well, definitely.
You know, the years that I coached at K-State, we always had a sign as we went out the practice field: if you can't run, you can't play.
That's us.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
If you can run, you got a chance.
Yeah, we do. And we definitely got a lot of guys that can run. And it's just, limited mistakes. As you know, Coach, is, football, especially big games, is all about controlling the ball and keeping the ball away from your opponent and not turning the ball over. So hopefully if we don't turn the ball over, which that's going to be our Achilles heels in the games that we've lost, and we've had turnovers. So hopefully we don't turn the ball over, we'll put ourselves in a good position to go out there and play a good game.
Turnovers are killers. I remember Maury Villarreal going into the Hall of Fame this next June from Rogers as the wrestling coach, but he was the B-team football coach. Now, he played football in college, but he was really a wrestling coach. But his comment was, on a turnover, you take what your punter averages and double it, and that's how many yards you lost.
Oh, wow.
So you thought if you're averaging 40 yards a kick, you've lost 80 yards because you dropped the ball right here.
Yeah.
And you give that team 80 more yards. I don't know many teams you can give 80 yards and be successful.
Not in today's game. I don't care who you're going against. You give a team 80 yards, and on top of that, if you go 2 or 3 turnovers, you start getting up to 100, 200, 300 yards of giving the team the ball. And so definitely we cannot turn the ball over, because that's been our Achilles heel and our losses.
And field position is so critical because the way people throw it today, and with the speed of the athletes and everything, the game can change so quickly. We always used to say there's 3 phases: there's offense, defense, and kicking. If you win 2 of them, you win the game.
Yep, that's true.
And you got to play, to your strength in those. Well, as you get ready to play Midwest City, and you're playing on the road, hostile environment, obviously, and I understand that they only allow 1,500 people into the stadium.
Yep, 1,500
with
people.
their capacity there. What do you think the Hornets look forward to as a matchup?
I think we match up well with them. I think the only one is probably our D-line is a little bigger than our O-line, but hopefully we can get in front of them and just open up a little crease. That's all you need nowadays. You don't have to really just blow people off the ball. Just get a body in front of a body, man on man, big on big, and allow our guys to break a hole or break a run. But other than that, I think we match up fairly well with them. And like I say, it's always been a heck of a game when we played. It's a slugfest. They hit us, we hit them. They hit us, we hit them, and so forth and so on. So I got the guys mentally ready. We just got to make sure we continue to get physically better, understand what we're trying to do, and go attack them.
Well, that'll be good because that's you got to get that one to get to the next one.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And nobody's looking ahead. We're taking Midwest City definitely, because they're a great opponent.
They'll be a great opponent, be a great playoff game. I think a lot of people, if they can get to Midwest City, they probably need to and buy their ticket online because they could sell out before they get there, and that would be unfortunate. But we'll be listening. I'm probably going to stay here and go out to the Central game. Out at Lincoln Christian, but we certainly hope that the Hornets are successful, and that in 2 weeks we'll have you back here.
There you go.
And we'll be talking about the state championship.
That'll be something big, and we can get that. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed, and we'll keep on working, Coach.
Jonathan, congratulations on a good year. Thank you for being here. Yeah. And when we come back, we're going to have Kip Shaw, the head football coach of the Central Braves, who are flying really high right now.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Mini blinds, hanger, plastic bottle. The correct answer is plastic bottle. Plastic bottles and jugs are great for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But mini blinds and hangers should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hales means that you have to be consistent, outgoing, and be dedicated because students at Nathan Hale look up to the football team.
Being an athlete at Nathan Hale has taught me to be confident and disciplined and always to be open-minded and always ready to work with people no matter how difficult it is.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have, I think, probably one of the most successful football coaches in the month of October and November, Kip Shaw, the head football coach of the Central Braves. And Kip, boy, it's really been a turnaround, hasn't it?
It has. It's been exciting. The kids and the coaches are doing a great job. It really has. It's been an exciting month of October.
I tell you what, they're fun to watch. I've seen, I think I've seen you play 3 times, and the improvement each time has been astronomical.
And that's the goal as a coach is, to get them better each week and they play better and hopefully we're doing that. But it has been, it's kind of been surreal considering where we started and where we are now. And, the kids have gotten so much better and the coaches are working a lot harder trying to better the game plans and in practice. And it's just exciting. It's exciting for us.
Well, you had a great win this past week with Locust Grove.
We did. The kids played really well. We're getting so much better about taking care of the football, not turning it over. And we're starting to play so much better on defense. It's kind of the old deal where kids are learning what to do and they're playing so much faster instead of being out there thinking. And I think that's what's helped us so far down the road.
I think that's a key, especially on defense, is read and react. You don't, what do I do next? You don't want that. You got to be one step ahead to be able to do that. And I've been really, really impressed, I think, with the preparation that your team's had the last 2 or 3 weeks to be in the playoffs and to win that first playoff game since 1997. Big time.
And that's exciting to us. When I talk to the kids about it, you could see, most of them that naturally haven't been around since 1997.
Right.
So, they're starting to grasp what we're accomplishing here, what they've accomplished. And we're hoping that it comes in, like I explained to them, we play the number 1 team in the state this week. We don't want to be afraid of anybody, but you have to respect them because they've earned that right. And we've earned the right to go and take it away from them, and that's what we have to do.
I think that's the key. Everybody starts playoff 0-0. Mm-hmm. There's no wins, no losses. You just get ready, and I think your team speaks to that as much as anything. the way you came on at the end and what you've done thus far in scoring a lot of points. And let's talk about some of your playmakers.
You know, it's hard to naturally have to start with KT. He has been a joy to watch. He's just a great young man, and you see it on the field in the way he plays. You know, he ad-libs a little bit. For the most part, he sticks to the game plan. He doesn't, rush himself or try and force the game. He's good about scrambling and keeping his eyes downfield. We've got Tyon Cox and Carmelo Davis, who are two big receivers that are just having great years. And, actually all four of them are doing a good job. And then, a quarterback's only as good as his running game. And Jewel Hamilton has done an exceptional job. He's a 4-year starter himself. And, it's easy when you hand the ball off to a 6 foot, 205-pound running back and he gets down the field and he's banging into that line. It's kind of wears on him. So, defensively, he's a great linebacker. We're good in the secondary with Dayton James and Dayon Burkhalter. So, it's all coming together, and hopefully we can just keep making things happen. But whatever happens, we've built a foundation for the future.
I don't think there's any question. And to have those kids in your program that are mentors for the younger kids, to see what work ethic it takes to get to that level, the things that they have to do to be that good, but then to have some success in the playoffs. I mean, just winning one game in the playoffs is major when you haven't, as long as Central has. So I think the building for the future. So let's talk about Lincoln Christian real quick here in the last minute.
They're an exciting football team to watch too. They've got a great quarterback. I can't remember the young man's name. He's number 1, and he's got a favorite receiver, number 7. But they play sound football. They're going to give you a lot of formations on offense. They got some strong defensive linemen and some linebackers that can run. Coach Ricky does a great job out there with his program, and it's something that every program sees. And you say, okay, we want to one day, strive to be that type of program. They're just, they deserve to be number 1 in the state because they've earned that right. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
Well, it should be an exciting time. We're playing at Lincoln Christian, 7:00 on Friday night, and another Friday Night Lights situation. As you wind down this season, and hopefully we go about 3 more weeks, what's your reflection on having to do this in a pandemic situation?
It's initially it was rough. Your kids aren't in school and everything that's going on. And now it's to the point to where the kids look forward to coming to study hall. They look forward to Tuesdays and Wednesdays, the hard days. So we've adjusted well. They've been resilient. They've done exactly what we asked them to do. And hopefully it's something that, as we get in later on into the later months of January, February, back in school, where, it's easy for them to transform back into what they need to do.
Well, I sure hope so. And congratulations on a good year, and keep up the good work in the playoffs. And, you might get to come back if you win again. We'll be back with Dina Meilner, the head swim coach at Booker T. Washington.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Glass bottle, string lights, ceramic mug. The correct answer is glass bottle. Glass bottles and jars are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But string lights and ceramic mugs should be donated or thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with. Not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Dina Norman, the head swim coach for Booker T. Boy, Dina, what a year, huh, to start out?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
How has it been to get your kids back in the pool, back on campus after a shutdown in March?
It's definitely been quite difficult. We did try a little bit over the summer, try to come together. It just didn't work out. And I think some people are just a little bit more relaxed about it not happening because of everything that was going on. So once we did kind of get the school started and we got them started, we didn't last very long. We did get shut down for 2 weeks. So, I had gotten sick. And then I was gone forever. Some of the parents were so terrified that we had a Zoom meeting and I was coughing and they didn't want me to come back. And so then we finally got approved to go back in. And so my assistants took over and I was just like, okay, when can I come back to work? Anyway, right. But for the most part, once we got the kids in the water and we got how they swim, it's been pretty good. We have 2 separate workouts. We just recently switched it, but we had a morning crew and we had an afternoon crew, and it kind of kept the numbers low. And then now we just switched it to we have varsity and we have junior varsity together because we do have 3 meets underneath our belt. We have a scrimmage and 2 swim meets. And so we were able to finally get our varsity and JV team set up. And so now I have the varsity team swimming in the morning and my JV team swimming in the afternoon.
Do you get more hands-on by having them split that way?
Yes, actually it's been really, that's definitely the silver lining is I feel like I can see more what the kids are doing. I can talk to them more. We're able to, I think because not everybody's so focused so much on just, oh my gosh, we have to do this. We're so far behind. We have to do this. Because everybody kind of knows that every day is a different day.
Too,
yeah. And it's just, all the rules are changing and this changing and something happens here. And we are on a constant, there's nothing solid. And so I think with that happening, everybody's also a lot more relaxed of allowing it to happen. And so we're taking the opportunities of times of doing swim buddies and turns and technique, and we started filming them and we take the time to show it to them. And so it's actually been very beneficial. So we might not be quite endurance wise where we would like to be, but I think it'll end up being beneficial for the team.
You'll come. I think it'll come. It just takes time.
Yeah.
Obviously time on task and that type of thing.
I mean, we've had a lot of interesting things happen. I don't know if you heard or not, but we got in carbon monoxide poisoning at our last swim meet. And so 2020 just keeps bringing it on.
Yeah, just another thing. Yeah, that's interesting. I had a good friend who was the head basketball coach of Division II school in Nebraska, and he swam every day. He was a basketball coach, but he swam every day at noon.
Okay.
He dove in the pool, and evidently had some of that, and it ruined his lungs.
Oh gosh.
And he literally had to end up quit coaching. He couldn't because of the stress on the sideline and the ability to not breathe and everything. So you have to be careful with that.
That's, well, it definitely made us aware. So I think something that we need to get is a carbon monoxide detector. And put it by where our chemicals and our thing is, because we don't want that to happen to us.
Absolutely.
So it was definitely an eye opener.
Well, you learn from experience. I think that's the key thing. Well, talk about your team. How about your girls' team?
Well, my girls' team is definitely the biggest, and my boys' team is a little bit smaller this year. We have kind of it's split half and half between varsity and JV. So I think they're all very determined. I can definitely say all the girls that are on the team, they're all very determined. They come and they work out and they work hard and they don't complain. And it's quite weird a little bit. You don't normally get such a big group that, that they just come and they get in and they swim and they do the workouts and they want to get better and they ask questions and they come up and, hey, can we do this? And can I work on this? And the critiques. And so it's very promising to build a strong team. I think we could kind of build into a strong team.
What about your boys' team?
My boys' team is very small this year. And it cycles around that way. It kind of roller coasters, and it could in a few years be different. I have mostly the seniors that are left, seniors and juniors that are determined. They really want to do well. 2 of them have joined club swimming so that they can help get more of a workout, more of a dynamic workout. which normally in the past I wouldn't be able to quite separate them out so much, but now I'm separating them out so much. So I do get a lot more one-on-one. So sometimes they go to a club because they do have more coaches per group to be worked with, and plus then they get more experience at swim meets. So the boys team is just, I think they're there to do individual goals.
I see. Your first meet?
We had our first, it was like our first one was a scrimmage against Jinx, and they did better than they thought they would. And then we had our home meet, and it went really well. I feel like we came out on top, and they were very surprised, so that was nice.
Well, good.
Yeah, the girls definitely
It's
came out
good
to
to
the
win.
top. So
Yeah.
and the girls left the Fort Gibson meet despite the carbon monoxide
Right.
poisoning. We won,
Good.
which had been a while. It'd been like we had a little bit of a streak of winning, and then Bixby kind of came in there and kind of stole it away from us. And the boys had been doing better, and then now it kind of switched, and we were able to kind of pull
good.
it back. So that was nice.
Well, good luck this year. Hope everything works out. Hope we're still swimming after
We'll
the
see
first
after
of the year.
Thanksgiving break what happens.
And
This is North
when we
Carolina
come
team.
back, we're going to have Rabu Leyva, the head girls coach at Booker T.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Plastic bottle, cooler, laundry basket. The correct answer is plastic bottle. Plastic bottles and jugs are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But coolers and laundry baskets should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Rabu Leyva, the head girls basketball coach at Booker T. Washington. Rabu, we've been doing this a long time, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
You've been on this show. I've been doing this 9 years. Can you believe that?
Time flies.
9
Seriously.
years. Yeah, 9 years. But, well, we're getting ready to roll out a good season. And, you know, it's been a challenge, obviously, with practice, preseason practice, summer league, no school.
Right.
How have you prepared your student athletes as you go into this season, coming through all of those different obstacles?
You know, the biggest thing I think that we're getting from all of this is thankfulness. To be going into Thanksgiving, just telling our girls, if we get a season at all, whatever it looks like, let's be thankful for that. Because as you know, last year's state tournament, there were teams, you know, you might work your whole career and go once, and it was cut short, and probably the right call, not assuming it wasn't, but it's given my players some flexibility because they're willing to do whatever we need to do to have a season.
I think that's the key. You know, until they always talk about, I used to watch the show Intervention, and they always said that if you never just get to the point where you're completely out of it, do you ever get better?
Right.
Well, last year we got completely out of the state tournament.
Yes.
And that made you really feel that, boy, we missed this state tournament. My
Yes.
gosh, you know, things that some people take for granted to be able to play the games, just to play the games now, we can't take for granted.
We can't take it for granted. It makes kids, practice have been great because of that. And kids are also much more understanding of steps they've got to take to ensure we're going to have a season. Not just wearing masks. Where are you going? Are you taking extra precautions because you don't want to infect your team? So those kind of things have been good, just talking points.
I think that's the key thing. And we have to make this a learning situation for our student athletes and for our coaches, our colleagues, because you know, we have a lot of young coaches that have never been through anything like this. We have a lot of old coaches that have been through it.
Absolutely.
and I hope we never do it again.
Right.
But
right.
for the sake of our kids, I think you've done a great job in teaching them that there are certain things they can do to mitigate the circumstances of being infected and try to move through the season in a manner. You know, God only knows at this point, literally God only knows, you know, if we'll come back to school. in January.
Right.
And or if we'll get to play. You know, our colleagues in Oklahoma City have shut down all athletics.
Right.
And I understand there's 2 or 3 other school districts in Northeast Oklahoma that'll be considering that this week. So you know, we've worked diligently. I think our coaches have done a great job with our kids, doing the temperature checks and doing the questions and so on. But so all that aside, as we get ready to play in the Frontier Conference,
yes,
you know, which is another nightmare sometimes. How do you feel about this year?
Man, super excited. We finished second in the Frontier Conference, had a game at Sapulpa that decided the champion last year of the conference. So it's always a good feeling to be going into that last game with a chance to win the conference. We did not, Sapulpa was a champion last year, but we bring back a lot of talented girls that are hungry for that same kind of success, knowing that every game is going to be a good game. Sapulpa, Bixby, Sand Springs, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Union, you know, there's no off nights. But that's exciting because if you get a chance to have a playoff and a state tournament, there's no off nights. So the conference does a good job preparing us for that.
Well, it does prepare you because the level of competition is difficult. So no matter what region you go to, it can't be any tougher than Tuesday and Friday.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly. Yes.
That's the key. Who are some of the kids that have stand out for you early on?
Well, I mean, no doubt, Haley Mitchell. She came over last year, sat out her 365, and so this will be her first year playing varsity basketball in 2 years. And just as a side note, for a kid like that, I'm like, what can we do to make sure she gets a season, her senior season? She's going to Drury, so great kid, super athletic. Kerrigan Hill, 3-year starter. Called a real deal Hill, great point guard for us. Honesty Smith has about 3 or 4 Division I offers at the forward position. And I think out of our 6 seniors, 3, Cy Johnson and Talia Jones, will be going to play college basketball. And we talk all the time about if we can get you free education anyway, academic, athletic, rowing, that's kind of our goals. How can we help prepare you for that next step? So we're really excited about that this season.
I think it's good when you have those role models who are seniors for those young kids.
Yes.
To see them, what it takes to be able to get to that level.
Oh, absolutely. Last year we graduated Wyvette Mayberry and Armani Muffin Reed, and both those girls went on to play Division I basketball. Again, fingers crossed for this season that they get a season.
Sure.
But my younger kids get to see, well, this is what a Division I kid does in the weight room. In preseason, we talked about they're running the track. They're at the first of our mile runs. Mm-hmm. And when you see that, it just bleeds on down. Because we talk about leaving a legacy. That's the legacy you really leave year in and year out. It's not necessarily wins and losses, but like girls seeing, oh, a Booker T player does this to go and do this.
To be able to move on with your career and your education. Well, you've done a good job.
Well, thank you.
We're excited about getting this basketball season started.
Absolutely.
I never would have thought we'd finish football, but we did.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And when we got to week 5, I thought, my gosh, we're at week 5. So hopefully I can say we're in week 5 of basketball season.
Yes, brother, yes.
Well, good luck for the Hornets this year, Lady Hornets. And
thank you.
When we come back, we're going to have Matt Sweeney, coach of the Thomas Edison Lady Eagles.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Air filter, cardboard box, toy car. The correct answer is cardboard box. Paper and cardboard are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But air filters and toys should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Athletics is so important at Tulsa Central because it's an outlet for some of our kids there. They get a better opportunity to basically give back to our community.
At McLean, the sports is what mainly drives a bunch of the students to come to school every single day and work hard because they want to be able to come from the classroom to the field or the court and show what they're good at.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics, and now we have a special guest. First time on the show, a new head coach of girls basketball at Edison High School, Matt Sweeney. Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Welcome to TPS, and as we get ready to start this season, obviously a challenge. Kids not in school, not seeing them during the day. How has your preseason gone so far?
Oh, it's gone well. Like you said, probably the toughest situation is just getting kids out there. We struggle daily getting kids to practice. We average about 7, 8, 9. Sometimes we have 12 kids at practice. That's a good day. And Coach Henderson and I, we're very flexible, so we just adjust our practice schedule to who shows up, and we go from there.
It is difficult not having the kids in school, and hopefully in January we'll be able to have them there during the day. I think it'll the next couple of weeks will tell us if that's going to happen.
Yes.
But as you prepare to put a new program in and everything, has that been a real difficulty for you to get that culture that you want with your team?
It's been a process, but the kids are buying in. Again, that's the biggest thing. Once you get kids to buy in, good things can happen for you. Once they believe in the system that you're trying to implement, the defense, the offense, we're just trying to hold them accountable right now. Show up to practice, which they've been doing a really good job, and communicate if they can't make it, because we have a lot of kids that just can't get there. And just let us know. We're working on life skills. If you can't make it to work, let somebody know.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing a really good job of communicating with us.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think this pandemic will teach all of us a lot of lessons.
Yes, it will.
When
Yes,
it gets, and it will. If we ever get back to that point, we certainly will embrace that opportunity that we had before and didn't know.
Yes.
Because the way it is today, when this started in March, and I'll never forget it, we were eating lunch in the cafeteria at the Education Service Center, March the 12th, getting ready to go to the state tournament, and I got a call, and then I got another call, and then I called Mike Whaley, I called David Jackson, and 30 minutes later we're out of the state tournament. Everybody's out of the state tournament. And I said at that point it was a month to month, and then it became a week to week, and now it's day to day.
Yes.
Because we don't know about the testing and who may turn up as a positive test and so on. So it's been a difficult time, I'm sure, to put a program in and everything. So as you prepare to go in to this year in the Green Country Conference, obviously a good conference, a balanced conference, who's some of the kids that's going to really contribute for you?
Probably our senior, Maya Malone. She's got probably the only one with some experience on the court from last year. Brings great leadership to the team. And after that, we've got some really good freshmen. Margot, J.C. Davis, going to come out and give us some good minutes. There's some that have been bought in and show up every day and work their tails off for us.
Well, that's good. You're building a program from the bottom up with those freshmen.
We're going to have to. We've got a lot of freshmen on our team.
Well, that's good. That's good. And as you look at the preparation, obviously early on it's going to be difficult for freshmen, but as the season goes on, they'll get better.
Absolutely, and that's all we ask out of them. Is to just grow and learn every day, and they have done an exceptional job. You can see from the first scrimmage we had, or from the first practice we had till now, how they've progressed and gotten better.
It's unfortunate you haven't been in the classroom yet at Edison to experience what it really is to mean to be an Eagle. Yes. On a day-to-day basis, but I know you've had some good conversations with Michael Parrish, the head boys coach, assistant AD, and so on. I can't wait to see your first game there in the EPAC. I think it's going to be exciting and so on. When do you open?
Against Memorial, I believe it's December 4th, I believe, and I believe it's at home. Think.
There you go.
So it's changed, because we're supposed to play this Thursday. So
right.
That was the only thing on my mind was this Thursday, but I'll have to look that up.
So now you got the Southside Classic right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Well, that's good. That'll be interesting. It'll be Coach Asbury's second year at Memorial, so he's got some of his program in, and but it's always a good battle between Memorial and Edison. It's always the championship of the South Side.
I hope we can bring it.
Well, as you look in your first, say, 6 months of being here, what do you think about Thomas Edison and TPS?
I've enjoyed every minute of it. Administration, the principals are awesome. Athletic director Tony Daniels has been great. Everybody I've met, it's hard to meet a lot of people when the halls are empty and you got a mask on. You catch them in the hall and you'll talk to them every now and then, but everyone's been friendly, awesome, very helpful in any for them that I need. If I go to questions for questions, they always bring me answers.
Well, that's great. We hope the transition has been good for you, and we look forward to having you have many years here because you've been successful in the past, and we know you will bring that with you to Edison, and it'll be great to have the Eagles back on top again.
I hope we can get them there.
Matt, thank you for being here today. Good luck this season. When we come back, we're going to have Nate West, the head basketball coach at East Central.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Mini blinds, hanger, plastic bottle. The correct answer is plastic bottle. Plastic bottles and jugs are great for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But mini blinds and hangers should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
I love Will Rogers Athletics because it helped me physically, spiritually, and emotionally through all the journeys I've been through at that school. All of the support staff helped me a lot, and it's just an amazing school.
Athletics at Will Rogers changed my life because it became a second family. With the support of my coaches and teammates, it's helped me gain confidence, work as a team, and will help me in college and in life.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have Nate West, the head boys basketball coach at East Central High School. Nate, how you been?
I'm doing well, Gil.
Man, I tell you what a fall opening of school, huh?
Unlike anything we've ever seen.
Amazing. Well, as you practice and you have your 1 hour, and then after October 1st, you have regular practice, what kind of challenge has that been to you as a coach in your second year, trying to get your program established, changing the culture, so on, and not having kids in school?
Well, we all know what teenage boys, they want to get in the gym, and they want to be a part of a team, and so I'm lucky enough to have 3 really good assistants: Jarrell Henry, Drew Hill, and Drew Wilson, who's an alumni from 2011 at East Central. Those 3 are helping us out. And between us 4, we've just kind of got our group of kids out of our 20 to 25 kids that we have, and we just go at it. We've got our group. It's communication, nonstop, night, day, midday. We print them out a schedule, like we got to wake up at this time. The Zoom calls are at this time. In between the Zooms, this is the classes that you need to be working on, things of that nature. And then obviously coordinating rides for the kids to make sure that they're there at 3 p.m. and that they have a ride home at 5 p.m. So it's just more communication. But at the end of the day, the kids really want to do it. And, kids want to ball. So, they're meeting the challenges just like the coaches are, and we're going.
Well, I think they probably appreciate that structure in their life.
No doubt.
With no structure, with no school,
Mm-hmm.
the only structure they have now is basketball.
Yeah, and we're trying to turn the specific challenges of having teenage kids at home. We're trying to turn that challenge into a positive. Like, look, you have an opportunity to self-discipline, and I have an opportunity to just build the daily habits that you're going to need once this high school experience is over, whether you get a job or go to college or tech school. You can turn this opportunity into something that can help you long term. And so we got to say that all the time, obviously, to these kids, but
Sure.
but we've seen some progress.
Well, you're building a lifetime of memories, and this will be a memory that will never
doubt,
go
never.
away.
Mm-hmm.
You remember good games and some bad games, but when you have a bad year, like this,
No
2020 has been a very difficult year for everybody. As you look at your preparation as you come into the season now, has it been more difficult because you don't have kids in school, or has it been a little more structured because you just have basketball that you need to worry about?
Well, in the afternoon, the basketball is actually better because the kids aren't at school going to 7 classes and moving and around other high school kids all day long. So when they get to the gym, there's actually more focus with the kids, but it's that 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. where we're trying to get them organized. And it's an everyday thing, and we don't have all the answers. we've had to do study halls and things of that nature regularly, and we're still going through it. Just trying to get our ninth grade kids to be eligible to compete, and then our junior varsity kids, and then our you know what I mean. Just trying to set up all levels that they're ready. The academic side of that at home, trying to build that responsibility with them. We're trying to make it a positive so they can grow with their responsibility.
Oh, that's good. Well, we got about a minute. Let's talk about this year.
Okay.
You start out when?
Well, we start December 4th at Webster, and Webster's got a really good team. Anthony Pritchard, Isaiah Sanders, Marchwan, I think Taylor. I'm not sure. And not just those three. They bring some other – they had a really good sophomore team last year. They had a good JV team last year. They've got a good team. And one thing that I'm learning out on my own as a head coach, this is my second year, is that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So you may as well get some really good tests going at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
So your kids know, the coaches know, all right, well, this is where we got to go. And this is where we're at. So
and that's what you got to work on.
No doubt.
The good teams will show those inept areas that you have to work on.
No doubt.
Because they'll take advantage of it. Well, Nate, I sure am happy that we're in our second year, and hopefully we can finish our second year.
No doubt.
At East Central, and you can bring the Cardinals along, because I know you will.
Thank you.
And when I come back, we're going to have his old boss, Bobby Allison, the head coach at Memorial.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Plastic bottle, cooler, laundry basket. The correct answer is plastic bottle. Plastic bottles and jugs are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But coolers and laundry baskets should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Booker T. Washington has taught me to carry myself with class as an athlete, student, and friend, and to have responsibility on and off the field.
Being an athlete at Memorial High School has taught me to be a better person, because when you play sports, attitude is the main thing you have to deal with. Not just your own, but other people's. It also teaches you to be the bigger person.
Welcome back as we continue in basketball with Bobby Allison, the head basketball coach at Memorial. Bobby, we've talked to the other coaches. Boy, what an interesting year this is.
Unbelievable.
We don't have kids in school, and we're trying to prepare for a winter basketball season and so on. So what have been some of your challenges as a coach?
Getting in a routine, getting a flow, getting the kids accustomed to the new normal and hopefully it's not normal for
forever,
long. But with the online schooling, we got back into team workouts in June or July, and then we were just telling the kids, be prepared for anything, stay together, communication, and just routine, because these kids, everybody's life has been uprooted with routine being totally different and conveniences being totally different. August came, online school, gym access, and the kids, it took a month, I'd say. By the end of September, they started realizing what to do exactly with online schooling, got all their ducks in a row with that. They realized that what the protocols are with gym and what we could and could not do. And we've been fortunate. The kids have been committed. They've stayed healthy. They've done a good job communicating. They've done a decent job in the classroom, and they're getting better and making it more serious, more important. And we're catching a flow here, right when the season's about to get going. So it's not normal, but we're definitely doing the best we can to make a positive out of extraordinary circumstances.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the thing. Everybody has their opinion about virtual education. Virtual education can work. The problem is that we have kids, say you're seniors, have spent 12 years in in-person education. So how in the world do they adjust all of a sudden to virtual education? So, I think our coaches have done a really good job of working with their student athletes, like you said, and protecting them doing the protocol that we have every day. And I think as we go into the winter season, I think it's going to be one of those things where we really will see which teams have done the best job in preparing their kids for this winter. Now, none of us can tell where we'll be.
No. And
a month from now.
In a day.
It could be. Well, I made the statement that when we first started, this was month to month, and then became week to week, and now it's day to day.
It is.
Things change every day, but we got to be flexible enough to be able to provide the opportunity for our kids to have this one chance that some of them will only have in their lifetime.
No doubt. And you made the point you made about for 12th graders especially, and then 10 years or 12 years of education or 11 years one way.
Yeah.
And if it'd be another thing if their whole life this is what they
exactly
did. But even for teachers it's different.
Oh, absolutely.
Explaining a lesson and grading and all those things. But the kids are adjusting, they're making it important, and I think the huge credit to that is athletics. It provides light and a reason to go through this situation smart, safe, and to value your education through it, because we're doing a good job here of keeping the kids safe, all of TPS, but also giving them encouragement to make the education happen.
Well, that's one of the things that we sold early on about why we should return.
Heck yeah.
Is the normalcy that athletics makes for these kids.
Yep.
That's about the only thing that's normal right now in their lives.
Right. Yeah, when they get on the court, that practice.
Yeah, they've got an academic thing that's not normal.
Right.
But they know when they come into the gym, this is how it's going to be.
Right.
And what the expectation is, because we've done it before and we're going to improve and so on. And I think that's a credit to our coaches to be able to provide that atmosphere for our kids to be able to have a great experience, whether they'll be a freshman or a senior. I think it's important.
No doubt, and that's credit to you guys and
the
front office at the Service Center for. I know they're doing everything in their power to make it where the kids can have the high school experience.
I totally appreciate Dr. Gist and her attitude toward interscholastic athletics. I think she's embraced it, and we're happy about that.
Well,
when we come back, we're going to have Evan Falat of the BOK Center. We're going to talk about Tournament of Champions.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Glass bottle, string lights, ceramic mug. The correct answer is glass bottle. Glass bottles and jars are perfect for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But string lights and ceramic mugs should be donated or thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
Being an athlete at Edison High School has taught me to work as a team rather than as an individual. Whenever you're on a team, you have a special bond with each other. You know you can rely on them in a time of need, whether on or off the court. Whether it be a shoulder to cry on or advice on how you can improve, you know your team will always be there for you.
Welcome back to Inside Tulsa Athletics. Now we have a real special guest, Evan Falat, who works at the BOK, and we've worked with them for 6 or 7 years now on the BOK Showcase. But this year, what a great opportunity. We're going to have the Tournament of Champions, Evan, and we're really excited about moving down to your facility.
Yeah, well, thank you, Mick. Thanks for having me. And, we are really excited about having you guys. As you mentioned, we've had, High School Hoop Showcase for many years now. Obviously, you guys have helped spearhead that and had, other Tulsa area schools involved with that. But, Tournament of Champions is the preeminent, basketball showcase, the tournament here in Oklahoma, and to have not just the best Tulsa schools, but from beyond Tulsa and the statewide, it's going to be fantastic.
It is, and this year, I tell you, the matchups are going to be phenomenal. The number of Division I basketball players, both boys and girls, in this tournament is incredible. And I know that we'll have a lot of visiting Division I coaches that'll come in to watch the tournament. We're excited about being in this venue. Let's talk a little bit about BOK and some of the things that you folks have done to be able to make this a safe environment.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, as you said, it's a different time, right now that we're having to go through with events with COVID, and obviously a lot of events can't happen. But we, along with the City of Tulsa, the Health Department, Center for Disease Control, and really our corporate office, we're part of a worldwide management company called ASM Global, and we have put out a top-of-the-line program called Venue Shield, which has been implemented in over 325 facilities across the world, and consulted with medical experts, and really just making sure that when it's possible to do events, that we're doing them safely, we're doing them properly. And so there are a lot of different things with social distancing, with increased signage, with training for our staff, with increasing our hand sanitizer stations, creating barriers with our concession stands, a lot of things that I think really make sense and go a long way in making sure that not just the fans are safe, but our staff is safe, the student athletes are safe. In addition to that too, for any of our events right now, according to the City of Tulsa's mandate, masks will be required, for anyone 10 and older. So that's obviously, very important, and again, as we work with the city, we're adhering to their guidelines. They've set up a reduced seating capacity for us, based on their guidelines. And so we go on their recommendations. We have, constant contact with Dr. Dart, and just making sure that anything we do is done right. We did this for the professional bull riding last month, back in October, for 2 days, and had a great event. It was definitely smaller crowd than we're used to, but it was great just to be able to welcome people back, be safe. Some of those riders, they maybe had to watch out for those bulls,
right?
But it went really well.
Well, that's the thing. I think we've always been impressed with SMG and your operation, and to be partners in that. We feel fortunate for the Tulsa Public Schools, but we also feel fortunate to be able to provide that to 16 basketball teams this year, so they can have that experience in a first-class facility. I think there'll be a lifetime of memories for that week. And we're certainly hoping we get to that week.
Yes.
That's always out there, and something that we have to look over our shoulder almost every day about. We have a COVID task force that meets every Monday at 8:30 that I serve on, and we discuss all of the ramifications of in-person instruction, in-person attendance at events on campus, and so on. And we have suspended in-person through Thanksgiving, and only because of the spike that we had last weekend. But we feel confident that we'll be able to get to that point, and hopefully have a tremendous tournament. Let's talk about some of the other things that are on the horizon for BOK.
Well, like I mentioned, we just finished the professional bull riding with back in October. Really the big thing we're gearing up for, we will be kicking off our 13th year for Arvest Winterfest. And normally we have that the big ice skating rink. We have it outside the BOK Center. This year we're going to have it inside. We looked at all the logistics and really taking COVID into consideration. And with the way the BOK Center is structured, the rink itself inside, the hockey rink there, is 40% larger than what we can do outside. So we really can adequately space people out on the rink. Obviously, we've got the huge seating capacity there. And so we've got, again, working with the city and our reduced capacity, we're at 30% capacity right now. And so we'll have one point of entrance there at the main lobby. We'll have our guest services people checking, making sure masks are being worn, and really just counting how many people come in. And once we reach that capacity, we'll have to kind of close the doors at that point until people leave. But I think it'll work really well. The skating reservations are all done online, so we can control that capacity as well, so people know ahead of time. They're not showing up and finding out then they can't skate. You can go online, you reserve your ticket, And then you can see, oh, hey, the 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock time slot's full, so now I can skate 7:30 to 8:30. So, and again, just like the same things we're doing for tournament champions, we're implementing all those other things as well, from safety procedures with spreading out social distancing in the stands, doing different things with the sanitation and things like that. So it's a really good event. It's really become just such a big tradition here for not just Tulsa, but really Northeast Oklahoma. We get a lot of people that we've had marriage proposals there, we have birthdays, we have company parties, and so there's a lot of families that just now this has become an annual event.
And what will happen is we'll put the basketball court over the ice.
We will, yeah.
And play the tournament champions, and then come back.
And
for about 3 or 4 days and have it. Well, we got one more minute to go, but we've got a tremendous event in 2023. Let's talk about that.
Well, we were really excited. We worked really closely with Tulsa Sports Commission, and in 2023, the national championships for NCAA Division I wrestling will be coming to Tulsa, which is something we have worked really hard to get. And as you know, with many of your schools, we've had a lot of phenomenal wrestlers come through Tulsa. We're also partnered with Oklahoma State. They're our host university. That they've got a phenomenal program there with Coach Smith, and so we're really excited. This is become such a world-class event. Be on ESPN. It's gonna be a great exposure for Tulsa.
It is. I was the tournament director for the Division II national championship in Cedar Rapids when I was at Upper Iowa University, and it's a big event, and it is absolutely an exciting event. That final night with the raised stage and everything is really something. So, we come back. We'll have a few words to sum up this week.
Which one of these items can be recycled in the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart? Mini blinds, hanger, plastic bottle. The correct answer is plastic bottle. Plastic bottles and jugs are great for the city of Tulsa's blue recycling cart. But mini blinds and hangers should be thrown away in the gray trash cart. Learn more at tulsarecycles.com.
I love Will Rogers Athletics because it helped me physically, spiritually, and emotionally through all the journeys I've been through at that school. All of the support staff helped me a lot, and it's just an amazing school.
Athletics at Will Rogers changed my life because it became a second family. With the support of my coaches and teammates, it's helped me gain confidence, work as a team, and will help me in college and in life.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our show today. We had a well-rounded show. We talked about swimming, basketball, and football, but I want to address a little bit about where we are on attendance at our events. We had to make a decision this week not to allow any spectators into the gymnasiums, and that's for the health and safety of our kids and our coaches. Hopefully, after Thanksgiving, we'll be able to rescind that decision. Be assured that what we do is for the best interest of our student athletes always, and the best interest of the Tulsa Public Schools. Look forward to having you back with us again in December. I hope you enjoy your holiday vacation, and we'll see you soon.